첨가물 제로, 프로처럼 먹고 관리하자. 로드다.
Hey everyone, I'm Stuart Gooch. I'm the commentator for Road FC.
And I'm Daegu Kim, Road FC CEO.
And today we're going to be talking about Road FC 55. We're going for the first time to Daegu in South Korea.
Yeah.
And we've got an amazing co-main event for you today.
Chris Barnett versus Shim. And Kono definitely he's training with us. He's fighting out of my own gym. So it's like more interesting for myself as well, but the match itself it is bringing a lot of excitement for the fans, especially in Korea here. So we are so pleased to like introduce the matchup, how it's gonna be a very exciting matchup for all the fans in the world.
Yeah, that's one thing that Chris Barnett definitely brings to his fights. You know, it's the excitement.
Yeah.
He's got this athleticism, right? He's such a big guy, but he can move, you know, so well for his size.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like the first time I saw him like fighting in Road FC, I got of course at the time I was commentating Road FC, and of course before he actually fought in the Road FC cage, since I was a commentator, I had to like, you know, gather his information and stuff and check his former fights. I couldn't believe like how athletic he is, like for his size. I mean,
yeah. When you see the big guys, they usually just kind of move forward, like kind of slow. But he's not slow at all. He's got this kind of taekwondo background.
Background, yeah. That's more like an exciting aspect of his game. I mean, he can kick crazy, but as you said, I mean, his kick isn't like a Muay Thai, like a traditional like kickboxer's kick. He can spin kick. He can wheel kick. He can jump and do whatever like crazy things he wants, like everything. And he's athletic, he's short, he's kind of like full of power. And once he starts to move and like jump and stuff, then it's so hard to see what's coming to his opponent.
He's got such an unorthodox style, right?
Yeah.
You know, he throws these low kicks which kind of like confuse his opponent.
Yeah, definitely. He's kind of like big, kind of like fat looking and kind of like big dude, but he fights like a leopard. I mean, he doesn't fight like a kind of like a, you know, a rhino or like an elephant. No, he fights like a cat, like a real like leopard. He is so explosive. He is so athletic, and for any fighter, any opponent, he's a nightmare.
Yeah, and he works very well off the back foot as well. You know, even when he's going backwards, his opponent's pushing him forwards. You know, which is something that Kono, his opponent this time, likes to do. He works very well. You know, he can strike well off the back foot as well, and he can surprise his opponents with unorthodox striking.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Yeah, so let's talk about Kono Shim. He trains here with you. You know, I trained with him a lot as well.
For a long time. Huh? He transitioned to the MMA, and he appeared in some big Korean reality show like Crying Fist. Then he became kind of like star in Korea. I'm not sure if fans in other countries recognize this or not, but a lot of fans in Korean fans recognize Kono. It's kind of like big figure here.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he was really popular because of that show. I mean, that show has produced a lot of stars, right, in Road FC. As
a fighter, I mean, he's of course his background is wrestling, and he used to wrestle Greco, not freestyle. So especially his like upper body wrestling is fantastic, and his ground control, as we know, is also very good. I think honestly, as a friend and as a coach, his biggest forte is not on the feet, but I think he's the strongest on the ground.
But his last two fights, he's finished in under a minute. You know, in the first round, he's knocked his opponents out.
Yeah, as you said, I mean, he's getting the hang of the striking battle.
Yeah,
and I think, but in this fight, if he's addicted to that feeling and tries to do the same thing against Chris Barnett, I don't think it's going to be a smart idea. No, I don't think so.
It's not going to be smart. Yeah, let's talk about the previous matchup. So these guys have got history.
Yeah.
These guys, they fought before.
Yeah. Even before the fight, it got so much attention from the fans. Why? Because Kono at the weigh-in, he gave like surprising flower, not to the opponent Barnett, but one of the road girls there. Right?
That's right. Yeah. He showed an interest, right, in one of the ring girls, in one of the road girls, and just pulled out these flowers from nowhere. I think Chris was surprised. He didn't know exactly what to do.
He enjoyed it too, right? I mean, he's such a nice guy, and
he's a good sport, right? He just plays along with it. And, It was fun. It was fun.
Kono at the time, he meant it. Of course, we shouldn't go into this too deeply. But Kono at the time meant it. But you know, he didn't get the result he wanted. That was the only problem. Yeah.
Yeah, it was awkward, right, at the end of the fight. Of course, he lost. He lost the first fight, right?
He lost the first fight. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. But once he lost the first fight, the ring girl, she showed no interest, I think, in him, right?
I mean, the fight itself was. Like from the coach's perspective, you know, Kono was training in my gym with us, so I mean, it was so stupid. I mean, Kono, he was supposed to use his wrestling.
Yeah, it was just thrown out the window, right?
The window there.
Yeah. Well, you can't really call it controversial. It was controversial up until we saw the video replay. You know? I saw. You know, it was a spinning back kick, right? A spinning back kick from Chris Barnett, and it landed on Kono, and Kono said it was a low blow, right? He fell to the ground, you know, and just kind of holding his crotch, you know, like as if he'd been low blowed. And I thought, okay, fair enough, you know, maybe it's a low blow. And then everyone saw the replay in the stadium, right? And it was just plain, you know, right on the stomach.
Yeah.
It was on the stomach, and I don't know what was going through Kono's mind. Of course, he wanted a break. I think it was a tough fight. And,
it was a tough fight.
He was trying to take an opportunity to have a little rest, I think.
I mean, after the fight, the new, like, of course, we Korean people, we use the word itself, low blow. But you know, after this fight, the new word came up, at least for like among Korean fight fans. We call it a bad blow. Like right. Bad means belly in Korean.
Yeah.
So everyone like kind of like made fun of like Kono with that and stuff. But the point is, he's not, you know, he's not proud of what happened that day.
Definitely.
Definitely not.
Yeah, right.
And he promised whatever the result is, the same thing is not gonna happen for this upcoming the revenge fight, the second fight of those guys. So yeah, I'm looking forward to like better Kono in this fight, whatever the result is.
Yeah, I think he could have sucked it up a bit and just continued, but
yeah, of course,
we're gonna find out this time. You know, they're gonna be back at it again. And what do you think is gonna be the key to victory for Chris Barnett?
Chris Barnett, I think basically, even though this is a second matchup, I mean, as fighters, they haven't changed like much.
Yeah,
of course, like not at all, because of course inside their like basic style, basic like there's like structure as a fighter, they must have been so much better. But Chris hasn't, you know, turned into a wrestler, and Kono hasn't turned into a. Of course, he knocked out some fighters, some opponents, but he hasn't turned into Peter Art.
Right.
So, yeah, everyone knows the answer. Kono's he's gonna try to wrestle. He's gonna try to take Barnett down, and Barnett's gonna, you know, try to keep the fight standing and try to keep using his like explosive kicks and stuff. If Barnett keeps the fight standing, I don't think there's any chance for Kono to win this fight. Kono should take the fight to the ground. But if Barnett managed to defend all the Kono's takedown, or Kono gets overexcited again, or like, you know, get in the zone again, and like, you know, get into the like brawling mode again, then definitely Chris is gonna win the fight, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's gonna be no easy task for Kono, definitely.
It's gonna be a very hard fight for Kono, and trust me, folks. I mean, Kono texts me every night, man. I mean, he texts me every night. Of course, he's kind of like mindset of a warrior. So he took the fight like, you know, without nothing. I mean, he took the fight and I'm gonna do my best and try my best to win in the rematch. And since that day, every night, I mean, he texts me, I'm kind of like, you know, I'm nervous and I don't know what to do, blah blah. Then he comes back to the gym and he trains and he gets okay. And yeah, I think he's stepping up. He's kind of like growing as a fighter, like not only technically but also mentally through this fight.
Yeah.
I mean, we are becoming like a better person, better people through this sports, right?
Yeah.
And Kono's at least he's in the path.
Yeah, I think, you know, that's the big thing for Kono. If he can get his mental game sorted out, then you know, he can beat opponents. You know, in his previous fights as well, he was nervous, he was worried, but you know, once he gets it sorted up there, you know, he can pull out the wins.
Yeah, and you know, if he cannot does it like 100%, then there's no way he win over like Chris Barnett, because Barnett is that good.
Yeah, and Barnett doesn't seem to have that problem. You know, he's very mentally strong. Yeah.
He is very strong, but the beautiful part is outside the cage. He is the brightest.
Yeah, he's
like
such a character, right?
Yeah, the warmest person ever. He smiles or like keep throwing the jokes and stuff. Of course, not like aggressive jokes, but friendly jokes.
Yeah.
And like he even like, you know, hangs out with like kids and stuff, like doing some taekwondo motion as well. But inside the cage, he turns into like determined, like focused, and very like athletic, like I said, like leopard. I mean,
he means business.
Yeah, he means business, man. He is so good, and so Kono should be prepared. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, so that's going to be our co-main event coming up this September 8th. It's going to be in Daegu, Road FC 55. You're not going to want to miss it. We'll see you there.